If you're in your late 40s, 50s, or 60s, let me ask you something. Do you feel like your best years are behind you? Or are you willing to believe that God has a powerful second half plan for you? I'm Kevin Davis. I'm 56 years old. And if you're here, you're probably navigating the same midlife crossroads I am. Questions about purpose, about health, relationships, money, and faith. The good news, this doesn't have to be a crisis. It can be a launching pad. Welcome to the second half strong. Now let me tell you who I am and why you should trust me with the next 10 minutes and hopefully with the next few years of your second half journey. I'm 56 years old. I'm a physician assistant. I've spent over 25 years in healthcare. I've cared for thousands of patients. I've seen what happens when people neglect their bodies, their relationships, their finances. And I've seen what happens when they steward them well. I'm also a church deacon, and I've served in the ministry for years. I've counseled hundreds of couples, prayed with families, and have walked along believers through some of their darkest valleys. And here's one thing. I'm a husband to my wife, Danae, a father, and now we're navigating this life of where our kids are grown and we're asking, what's next? So I'm going to go through this midlife transition with you. I don't have it all figured out. Some days I wake up energized about what's ahead. Other days, I wonder if I've missed something, if I should have made some different choices, if my best work is behind me. But here's what I do know. God has called us not to coast through the second half of life. He's called us to finish strong. So why am I starting this YouTube channel at 56? That's a good question. A few years ago, I was sitting in my office after a long shift, scrolling through YouTube like we all do, and I realized that something that stopped me cold. There's a lot of content out there for 20-something-year-olds to make their first millions, for fitness influencers in their 20s with six-packs and perfect skin, for young couples navigating new marriages. Where's the content for us? For the man or woman who's been faithful for decades, who's raised kids, who's served in their church, who's worked hard, saved money, and tried to do the right thing by God and family. And now we're asking, what's next? Does anyone see me? Do I still matter? I couldn't find it, or at least I couldn't find enough of it. So I decided to create it. This channel is for Christian men and women who are in their midlife who refuse to believe that their best years are over. It's for people who want to honor God with their bodies, with their families, their finances, and through their faith in this next season. I call it the 4 F's: faith, family, fitness, and finance. These are the 4 pillars of a thriving second half life. And on this channel, we're going to tackle all of them, biblically, practically, and honestly. So what can you expect? Here's what you can expect from this channel. First, practical teaching. Every week, we'll dive into some real life topics. How do you plan for retirement when you're not sure if you've saved enough? How do you stay fit when your joints ache and your schedule is packed? How do you navigate an empty nest marriage after 25 or 30 years together? How do you hear God's voice when midlife is loud and confusing? We're all going to go there. Real questions, biblical answers, practical steps. Second, honest stories. I'm going to share my own journey, the wins, the losses, the mistakes, because you don't need another guru pretending to have it all together. You need a fellow traveler who gets it, who's been there with you, who's still figuring things out. And third, inspiring interviews. I'm going to bring on pastors, authors, coaches, financial experts, fitness specialists, and everyday believers who are thriving in their second half. People who can help us build a kingdom legacy with wisdom and experience. And fourth, community. This isn't a one-way broadcast. I want to hear from you, your questions, your struggles, your wins. We're building a movement of midlifers who believe the second half can be the best half. My personal why moment. Now let me tell you why this channel exists and why it's different from anything else out there. Here's what I've learned after 25 years in healthcare ministry. There is so much more to health and life than what we eat and how much we exercise. You can have the perfect diet, the perfect workout, but if your relationship with Jesus isn't strong, if your marriage is falling apart, if your finances are a disaster, you're not healthy. You're just fit. And here's the big difference. Listen, our relationship with Jesus, that's the foundation. That's where everything else flows from. Without that, we're building on sand. Our families, they matter deeply. Your marriage, your kids, your legacy, those relationships don't just happen. They require intentionality. They require investment. In finances, man, how we handle our money affects everything. Our stress levels, our choices, our freedoms, the directions of our entire lives. You can't separate financial health from overall health. Here's the problem. There's millions of fitness gurus out there, a million finance gurus, a million podcasts that talks about marriage. But where's the one place that brings it all together? And that's where that shows you how faith, family, and fitness can work together, not in isolation. That's what we're here to build, because life doesn't happen in compartments. It's all connected. And here's something I've discovered. When you get disciplined in one area of life, it bleeds over to the other areas. When you start taking care of your body, suddenly you have more energy to invest in your marriage. When you get your finances under control, suddenly you're less stressed and more present with God. When you deepen your faith, suddenly you have the strength to make hard changes in other areas. It's all interconnected. The 4 F's are not separated, they're woven together. And when you address them holistically, that's where real transformation happens. So this isn't just another fitness channel. It isn't just another Christian podcast. It is a place where the whole person, body, soul, relationship, spirit, resources, all of it, steward for God's glory in the second half. That's why I'm doing this, because you deserve a place that sees you completely, that addresses all of life. That doesn't make you choose between faith and fitness or family and finance. You can have it all, and you should. So, what's in it for you if you stick with me? Here's what I believe will happen. You'll gain clarity about God's purpose for your second half, not just drifting, direction. You'll get practical tools to improve your health, your finances, your relationships. Real stuff you can implement this week. You'll find community, a tribe of believers who get what you're going through, who don't let you settle, who cheer you on, and most importantly, you'll finish strong. Not coasting, not fading, strong. Strong in faith, strong in family, strong in body, strong in stewardship. That's what the second half is all about. And here's what I want you to do right now. First, subscribe to this channel. Hit that button right below and click the bell so you don't miss anything. I'm uploading new videos regularly, content packed with value for your second half. Second, drop me a comment and tell me, what's your biggest midlife question right now? What are you struggling with? What do you want me to cover on this channel? I read every comment and I'll use your feedback to shape future content. Third, grab the free resource I've created for you. It's a guide to help you get clarity on your second half. You can download it by clicking the link below in the description. Just enter your email and I'll send it over to you. No spam, just value. Listen, your second half doesn't have to be a slow fade. It doesn't have to be invisible. It doesn't have to be over the hill. It can be a surge. It can be a legacy, a finish that glorifies God and blesses everyone around you. Let's build this together. I'm Kevin Davis, and this is the second half strong. I'll see you in the next video.